Woohoo, Libra! Mystic GLoLady here. This is your divinatory reading. Your teaching for September 2015. As you can see, I have a new format and I am still tweaking it, but I'm going to be doing another video on the cheat sheets, and that will explain all of these glyphs, like Libra. This is the glyph for Libra. Libra is the I balance. Okay, right here you have Venus. Venus rules Libra. Okay, Libra is an air sign. It is a male sign. It is those born September 23rd to October 22nd. They are balanced, idealistic, sociable. It is a cardinal, which is an active sign. Cardinal is at the beginning of the season. So this will be the beginning of fall. Okay, now I'm going to be going into a whole lot more, so please make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, then please contact me. I would like that, because I am doing a general reading, and a general reading for Libra is I'm putting Libra into the first house. Now, if your ascendant is Libra, all of the planets in the houses that I will discuss are in those houses on your birth chart. Libra as a general, okay, you have to look at it symbolically, because your birth chart might not have Libra in the ascendant, which, as I said, sets up the whole birth chart and what houses, what planets are, what signs, what planets are in what houses. So, we are going to start it out with the sun. You see the glyph for the sun. The sun is for Sunday. And you see right here Leo. That is where the sun rules Leo, okay? It's also exalted, means it gets really excited in Aries, and it is at detriment in Libra. So it is opposite. Here where it rules Leo, okay, it also falls in Aquarius. So when you're looking at a birth chart, these are opposite each other, okay? The sun, it's only in a sign for 30 days. And it rules the ages of 21 to 42 years old. It is one's essence, their spirit. It also symbolizes the husband, wife, father, and it's your vitality, your health. It is a fire sign that rules the 5th house. Now in September we will start it out at 8 degrees of Virgo. And Virgo is in your 12th house. That is the karma. Okay, here's your 12th house. That is the karma, the jails, the secrets, the hidden enemies, the institutions. And Virgo is that I analyze, okay, organize, analytical, practical in the 12th house. Now the sun is going to be shining on your 12th house. What is it that you can also bring out and make known in the 12th house? Now the sun, as we said, it's only there for 30 days. So it will be moving into your sign on the 24th. So then it will be shining on you. Right now it's shining on the hidden. And on the 24th, it will be shining on you. So what is hidden that is going to be coming out and shining on you at the end of the month? Now, I'm also going to be doing another video concerning the new moon, full moon, and the fall equinox. There's a lot of energy that is going to be playing out at the end of the month. and the light worker starseeds will understand what I'm talking about. So I will be sure to get into that. Now here we have the moon. Okay, we have the new moon. Right here is the glyph for the moon. And right here you have Cancer. And that is where, you know, the moon rules Cancer. And it rules that 4th house. Now the new moon is going to be on the 13th, 14th, depending on where you live, and it's a solar eclipse, and that will be at 20 degrees of Virgo. So what I was saying about those hidden secrets, karma, what is that new moon going to be shining down on? Are you going to be getting some new ideas that you have for maybe helping people that are in those institutions? All right. At the end of the month, on the 27th, we have a super full moon lunar eclipse at 4 degrees of Aries. Now, when the moon was in Pisces back in 2006, I took a photo of my fairy mugshot. People who say that orbs are bugs. Well, this bug stopped and posed for me, so I will be sure to put that up for you to see that also. So, the full moon in Aries, the I am, the independence, courage, pioneer. It's in your 7th house, marriage, contracts, partnerships, relationships. Who are you in relationships? What needs to be let go of? What emotions do you need to let go of that are not serving in your relationships? Mercury. Mercury is that planet of communication. Okay, active intelligence, siblings, relatives, mind, logic, reason. Now, you will see at the bottom the RX when it is retrograde. Electrical, mechanical, and communication breakdowns are more likely to occur during a Mercury retrograde, okay? So it also rules the 3rd and the 6th houses. Well, the 3rd house is that communication, short distance travel, and the 6th house is work and your health sector. So Mercury, it is going to start out at 5 degrees of Libra, okay? So it is starting out in your sign, shining on you in your 1st house, and it is going retrograde on the 17th at 15 degrees of Libra. It will stay Libra, goes back to 7 degrees at the end of the month, and it will not go direct until the 9th of October, and that will be 0 degrees of Libra. So Libra, Mercury, that communication is going to be in your sign for a while, all right? And that communication that needs to be redone, all right, it is going to be playing on you with yourself, your body, and your appearance. What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself good thoughts? Or are you allowing other people to tell you who and what they think you should be? And that is that genius that hinges on insanity only when you're not true to yourself. All right? So we have the 12th house. We have the self. So who is it that you are? Are you bringing out who you really are? Are you honoring who you really are? Now we have Venus. Venus is that goddess of love, and it's going to be roaring in Leo. It starts out at 14 degrees. It's in retrograde, and it won't be going direct until the 6th. It will be at 14 degrees of Leo. So for the first week, it's at 14. We're at halfway through Leo. All right. So retrograde, you see at the bottom, laziness, drama, focus on money. So if you have seen people lately around you doing that, okay, give them a break, because Venus retrograde affects all of us. All right. So that balance. Now, Venus right here rules Libra. All right. So where is that balance in yourself that you need to appreciate? Where is that the material possessions of self? Are you honoring self? Are you honoring your artistic taste? Your freedom to express? There we go. Right here in your 11th house. All right, hopes, wishes, friends, and associates. Leo is roaring in there. Are you going out and being really proud and boastful in with your friends? Because Mars, okay, that male energy, you have that female energy, and now you also have the male energy in Libra, or I'm sorry, in Leo. Okay, on September 1st, all right, you have Mars and Venus on top of each other, Leo, roaring with your friends, having a great time, your hopes and your wishes. Plant some seeds. Plant some seeds this month. What do you want to grow? What are you going to nurture and grow with your friends, with your hopes, with your dreams? Okay, now Mars is there in Leo, and on the 26th it will go into Virgo, and at the end of the month it will be at 10 degrees of Virgo. So the Mars, it's in a sign for about 8 weeks, so it's quickly passing on. So harness that energy that you have, that vitality, your sex drive. You know, don't be beating on your chest too much. And if you do, well, now you understand why you might be out there boastful with your friends this month. Okay, Jupiter. Jupiter is that multiplying planet. It is at 4 degrees of Virgo, and it will be at 10 degrees of Virgo at the end of the month. Now, you see, Jupiter is in a sign for 1 year. All right, now where Jupiter might rule Sagittarius and Pisces, it's also falling in Virgo. So it's not as strong, not as pushy, okay? But you do have Venus and Mars there, and now Jupiter is multiplying. And you see what Jupiter is, what Jupiter stands for, that spiritual quest, the wisdom, expansion, long journeys, justice, law, truth, banking. Okay? There's a lot of things in your 11th house, that house of friends and associates. Those wishes and hopes and wishes. You know, what are you hoping for? You know, thought creates form. What are you thinking? Are you thinking of good things? Or are you focusing on negative? Because Saturn is that lord of karma. It gives structure. It's the teacher of lessons, the restraint, self-discipline, liberation. Now, Saturn had been retrograde. And retrograde is a loss, a depression, a pain. And it was in the sign of Scorpio. And it's still in the sign of Scorpio, but it is direct, okay? It's at 28 degrees of Scorpio. That's the last critical degrees. 30, it changes signs. Okay, so 2 more degrees, and it's going into Sagittarius on the 18th. And Sagittarius is that enthusiastic, adventurous, optimistic. It's the IC. And Saturn is in a sign for approximately 2.5 years. Okay? It rules the ages of 68 to death. Alright? So Saturn, down here right now, it's in your second house at the beginning of the month, and then it's going into Sagittarius. So right now, the I desire, the intuitive, determined, intense, in your second house of earnings, wealth, and possessions. What is that teacher teaching you regarding your possessions? Alright, Saturn's been hanging there for a while, so you really should have learned those lessons regarding money and your possessions. You have had a restraint on them, so hopefully that restraint has been a good teaching lesson for you. Okay, what a better way to describe Uranus other than an unexpected interruption. And that describes Uranus. It's the unexpected change, freedom, invention, social reform. It's your intuition, your sixth sense. It is revolutionary. It is liberation. Now, Uranus is retrograde in Aries right now. And you see the retrograde is the individual. It is the nonconformist. And being in Aries, that is new beginnings. What kind of new beginnings is going on in your life? Okay, you have that full moon there in the partnerships. Okay, what kind of unexpected things are coming? All right, that full moon, that let go of. What are the things that you need to let go of? Are you in your relationships, or is that something that you need to work upon? Are you free to be you in relationships? Because if you aren't, the pressure to be you is going to be even greater than usual. If you notice that you have the first house of self, the seventh house of relationships, okay, you have the 12th house of the new moon, that new beginnings, new things coming out, more friends, and learning that lesson about the money. Okay, is that part of the Uranus, that change that is coming out? Neptune, the illusions, delusions. And right now, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, which right here you see Neptune is at home in Pisces, and it is retrograde, truth is revealed. Alright, now the Neptune, we have a tendency to escape with alcohol and drugs. And Neptune being the illusions, delusions. Are we seeing things clearly as we should? Okay, when we start living that divine way where we allow, okay, that Christ-like consciousness to overtake our life, we begin to look and see things through love, through unconditional love. Alright, our psychic abilities, our dreams and visions will be increasing. Are you keeping that dream journal? Are you keeping an eye on what your gut is telling you? You know, that gut, that's that God unto thee, the God of good, orderly direction. And that is not yourself playing God in your life, because when we do that, it becomes more difficult, more challenging. So Neptune in Pisces is in your 6th house. And as you see, Neptune is in a sign for 14 years. So Neptune is going to be working Okay? Imaginative, compassionate, psychic. It's a mutable sign. It is at the end of a season. Your work, your health, your daily routine. What work are you doing? Are you doing a good, beneficial work and health balance? It has to be balanced, okay? Otherwise, that's when that dis-ease comes in. All right. Are you seeing things correctly with your health? All right. Are you escaping with alcohol and drugs? Are you self-medicating? And why is that? If you do not like your job, well, then, Mercury's in your first house. Communicate it. Communicate it. Say what you mean what you say. Don't say it mean, but don't make yourself either by holding it within. Okay? Now, Pluto. Pluto is after death and before birth. That's what it rules in our lives. It is that death and regeneration, the transmutation of energy, the renewal of life force. Everything is born to die. It is a cycle, but it does not die and not become again. It transforms. So that's that transmutation of energy. What are you transforming? Now, Pluto being in retrograde until the 25th, it's at 13 degrees. It will go back to 12 degrees. It will go direct on the 25th, but it will stay at 12 degrees of Capricorn. And when you're looking at Capricorn, Capricorn is in your 4th house, your home, your sacred space. It concerns your property, your mother. Okay, Capricorn, the IUs. Okay, ambition, determination, responsible. Are you being the king of your castle? And Pluto being there might be saying the king might get toppled. All right, are you being that tyrant, or are you ruling with the hand of a great leader in your home? All right, because Pluto is there, and Pluto is in a sign for 8 to 20 years. So things will be changing in your home sector. Are you going with the flow, or are you holding on to things too tightly? All right. Now we're going to do a tarot. And let's shuffle them a couple of times. And let's see what we have on the bottom. Oh, the Emperor. The Emperor, the Libra, as you are, the balance, the judge. You are a great judge of people. All right. Aries, being out there, being first, keeping that beneath you. Keep your balance. Keep your balance, because even though some people might want to knock you off your pedestal, keep your balance. Keep your sense of honor and justice. All right, being you, being the best you can be. Now, as we start them out, we'll start out with the first house. And the first house, you have universe. And as they say, when you learn to read cards, the cards tell a picture. What is that picture telling you? You have everything in the universe. You are in possession of. You have Saturn. Saturn is that teacher. And remember, we have Mercury in there. What are you teaching yourself? What are you teaching others? Are you getting it all together? Are you gathering all of the pieces together this month? In the second house. In the second house of finances, possessions, your wealth, you have the Queen of Cups. Now, looking at it symbolically, the Cups is emotions, the Queen being an older, the Queen being a woman. All right, where is the fertile new beginnings that are coming into your second house? You had Saturn in there, so learning. Have you learned those lessons regarding your finances? In your third house of communication, siblings, short trips, you have the Four of Wands, that perfected work. Are you planning to go? Are you making plans? Or are you going? Are you going to see your siblings? Is this a long overdue? Are you going to do the work and pleasure? Is that what the communications is all about? Are you traveling to go to work? Is this new beginnings for work? Is this what Saturn in your second house has taught you? And you are bringing that fruitful beginning right here with money in your second house for working. And it might be a short trip to go to work, but there's a lot of people who would be happy to go to work no matter where it is. In the fourth house of property, mother, your home, your sacred space, you have the number 2, the High Priestess, and you see the moon glyph on the bottom right. And that is the home of, the moon is in the fourth house. The moon loves the home. Okay, the High Priestess being that High Priestess or that king in your home. Remember what I said about the ruling of. Do not rule with the iron fist of a tyrant, because that is not going to bring that love anytime soon. In your fifth house of fun, creativity, sex, children, you have Aquarius in there. And the Aquarius is the I know, that humanitarian, original, futuristic. You have the Prince of Cups, the emotions, the younger male. Are you having fun this month with a younger male? Is that younger male in your life bringing you fun and pleasure and creation? Is this your child? Is this a lover? In the sixth house, you have the Ten of Swords, the rune. Now, the sixth house is your health, service, work, daily routine. Remember, we have Neptune in there. And Neptune is that illusions and delusions. Are you escaping through alcohol and drugs? Or are you healing people to escape a life from alcohol and drugs? Our disease and our addictions are a spiritual malady, and when we put the alcohol in, the alcohol which contains spirits, look in the dictionary and see what spirits, how spirits is defined, and then you will understand why there is a spiritual malady. Okay, we are seeking spirits, but what spirit are you putting into you? All right, are you working to help heal, or are you not? You are the balance. Do you have balance? Are you helping to heal, or do you need to heal yourself? In the seventh house, The 7th house of relationships, of partnerships. You have the King of Cups. The Cups is the emotions. Remember, you already have the Uranus, the unexpected. What are the unexpected changes in your relationships? Are you learning to love in a different fashion? Are you learning to love unconditionally and forgive those who are not as perfect as you are? You know, we know we're not perfect, so why do we hold others to perfect standards? That is that insanity. We need to accept people as they are. And the easiest way to understand exactly who they are is through astrology. The 6 of Cups, the pleasure, is in your 8th house. Inheritance, taxes, past life relationships. Taurus, the I have, strength, patience, values. And it is a fixed sign. It is firmly in the season. It is stable. Okay? You also see the Sun and Scorpio there. So using that money wisely from other people will bring more money into your life. You have Taurus there. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is in the 2nd house of finance. Now, in the 9th house, you have the 10 of Wands, the oppression, wands being work. You also see Saturn and Sagittarius in there. Now, you have in the 9th house of long distance travel, higher learning, a spiritual quest. And you have the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the I think. Okay, it's communication, inquisitive, versatile. All right, where is that holdup? Are you yourself holding up, or is something holding you up? Have you learned a lesson, or do you need to learn a lesson? In the 10th house. In the 10th house of career, your status, father, fame, you have the 1, the Ace of Wands. Aces are new beginnings. Wand is work. It is in your career house. What kind of new beginnings are you starting in your 10th house? It's Cancer. I feel, understanding, sensitive, emotions. Are you doing some kind of business where we are using that health aspect to heal others? Is that your new career vocation? One of the natural healers stepping forward to help ease the pain of society. As Jupiter is in your 11th house, bringing you blessings, in your friends, associates, hopes, and wishes, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the number 1, the new beginnings. New beginnings, Pentacles meaning money, energy. You have new beginnings, and you also have it multiplied. Remember, you have your Sun, you have your Venus, you have your Mars, you have your Jupiter roaring. And there is your cash to do it with. There is your energy to do it with. Now, in the 12th house, in the 12th house of karma, jails, secrets, hidden enemies, institutions. Remember, we have that new moon, those new beginnings that are going on in your 12th house. You have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is going into that meditative state. Okay? It is that retreat. Now, when we were talking about your 6th house, okay, are you a retreat? Are you going to a retreat? Okay, because September is going to be a month of big energy that's coming in, and it will be like that caterpillar that is staying in its cocoon that keeps getting tighter and tighter until one of these days it's gonna pop whether it wants to or not. And that's pretty much where you are at that turning point. Everything is getting set up for where is that balance. If you are not balanced, then consider taking that retreat and go and get the alcohol and drugs out of your system, or be a worker and teach others how to get that disease, the dis-ease within, out of them. Okay, now as we started out with the bottom line is cardinal. Okay, cardinal as in the present. In the middle you have the fixed. The fixed is the future, and on the top you have the mutable which has happened, which is in the past. So let's start with the past first and looking at it. And you see right in the middle of it, okay, the rune, the oppression, what's not working. Okay, in the past there were things that were not working. And by taking a sabbatical, by going to treatment, by learning how to help others, all right, that is going to be coming out, that has been coming out, that is something that needs to be an issue that needs to be looked at and addressed. Now, if we come down to the bottom, we will look at what's going on now. You have the universe, you have the high priestess, you have the king of cups, and you have the ace of wands. That is the power to create, getting that emotional balance to create. The world is your oyster. Are you still waiting for that pearl? You know, you were that sand, you were that grit that became that pearl. So remember, it is that pain, that pressure that creates the pearl and the diamond. It's that irritation. Okay, even though we have challenges, those challenges make us stronger. They make us better if we choose to go that route. We have free will. We can choose. We can choose to pour me into another situation, another lesson of the same form and fashion. But remember, it is our own free will. We choose. In the middle, we have the future, what is coming, and it is filled with much happiness. We see 3 cups, we see 1 ace of pentacles. That means much happiness. Focus on that happiness. Focus on that balance that you need for that happiness. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you, love you, bye.